Hello friends, how are you doing? Well, this is going to be a little bit of a random segment. I've got a few little things I want to show you. The first one I'm so excited about. Adam and I went to the fancy grocery store, also known as Harris Teeter. That's kind of the nice grocery store, and it's about 30 minutes away from us, and every few weeks we get in there. And we were just going for some vegetables. They have really good vegetables there, better than any other store. I was just strolling past the end of this aisle, and I saw this. Ooh, can you see it? Pumpkin pecan granola. You know what I think sold me on this was the color of the packaging. It's so fall and orangey. I was like, oh, I just want the package. You can keep the granola. Anyway. Okay, next thing, Diana, one of my very best subscribers. Anyway, Diana loves to comment, and I love to see her comments. She, I think, suggested that the next thing I make might involve, this is cotton, Peruvian cotton, it says, very soft. And then this is an acrylic? I looked at this just not too long ago and I still don't remember. Anyway, very, very pretty. And I think these two will look really good together. Very fall colors. This is all about fall color themes, this little segment. And I think it's going to be time to spin with this next. I'm going to use this for the warp, the up and down strings, okay? And cotton doesn't, it's not elastic. It doesn't really pull much, so it gives you a nice stiff warp. I really prefer that. I don't like a warp that you put it on and it just stretches out. And then the weft, which is the across strings, will be this. If I don't have enough, these aren't as big as they look like. If I don't have enough, I have some in a very similar color that's more of a burgundy. But I've got two of these. It might be enough. And whenever you weave, generally speaking, the weft yarn dominates and the warp yarns kind of disappear into the weave, unless you weave it very loosely or unless you make really bold stripe statements. Anyway, so that will be the next thing on the loom, although my back is still recovering from my last loom project, which is a very long scarf. So I think I may give myself a few days on that one, but I think that if it's as pretty as I think it's going to be, I may keep it or give it to like a family member for Christmas, I think. Okay, now the big excitement. I had a whole bunch of my hand spun yarn from the Shep's Wool. That's Adam outside the window. What's he doing? He's throwing something outside the window. Just ignore the man behind the curtain. Anyway, I had all this hand spun yarn and I didn't know what to do with it. And so finally I found a pattern and I decided to make a sweater. And I decided I wanted a cardigan, a big, bulky winter cardigan. And I'm kind of a big, bulky woman, so this needs to be a good size cardigan. Anyway, and I was pretty scared because I don't have a good track record with knitting sweaters. All that to say. I think I've mentioned that before. But so far, except for the neck, which slightly concerns me, I wanted to see if I can put this on one side so you can see what it's going to look like without having any of the live stitches come off the needles. Okay. Okay, so now I know this is a little colorful, and I know it really, really doesn't go with my shirt. And I want you to imagine the sleeves coming down, okay, to like down here somewhere. They're going to be longer sleeves. I'm going to do them next. I'm doing the body of it first. But let me back up a little so you can see it so far. Let's tuck that behind. See? This is it so far. Now, you see the different, this is all Shep's Wool. And then I got down to here and I kept some for the sleeves. I didn't want to run out of everything because I do want the stripes to kind of correspond to each other. But I ran out of yarn and I ran out of roving to make new yarn, except for I had the brand new stuff I had just ordered from the spinnery store. And so this is darker. See that? Isn't that pretty? And it is so soft compared to this. This is softer. It's the dark blue in there. This kind of looks gray, but actually it's very blue and purpley. So, this is going to go, I think I'd like it to come down about as low as this shirt is. Okay, so I have another 4 or 5 inches to go. take it off very gingerly. Didn't lose any stitches. And I think going back, I do not have the right size of double pointed needles, or the right length and size of circular needles to use that on the sleeves, which is what I'm supposed to do if you want to do them in a tube. Continue. I think I'm going to have to do the sleeves in a panel and then sew them up, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it'll be fine. But only if you're a spinner would you say these words. Oh, I'm knitting a sweater. Oh, I ran out of yarn. Oh, I better go make some more. But it's really, I mean, look at this. This is not a lot of yarn. This is going to be a small ball, probably about the equivalent of what I've already done on there, which is maybe 5 rows. This is 6 Rolags, okay? And of course I had to spin it, ply it, wash it, and it's still a little damp. So tomorrow it should be dry enough to actually knit with, and I'll put it into a little ball on my hand. And but I'm gonna have to do some more. Actually, I should do that tomorrow so I can be ahead of the game and not run behind, because I'm having to knit on something else because I don't have any more yarn to knit on this with. Oh, I was going to say I could work on the sleeves, but I'd have to take these stitches off of those needles to do that. Let's see. I'm really wondering if I had some size 10s. These are 10.5s. If I had some size 10s to use on the sleeves, would that make a huge difference? Probably so. This is usually the kind of behavior that gets me in a really bad way. And I try to cut corners, and then later, after all that work on that sweater, I end up regretting it. So anyway, if you feel like it, tell me what you think. I think it looks pretty good. This is outrageously colorful for me. Actually, this is outrageously colorful for me. I usually wear an assortment of drab browns and grays and blues. Anyway, but I'm rather pleased with this. It's going to be a straight down the front cardigan, no buttons or anything, which I think is better. I never button up a cardigan anyway. When you're as big as I am, you don't button up things tight unless you really have to. The neck opening looks rather large, I think. That means it's going to be coming over here instead of coming around the neck. And I'm wondering if I should get some, I could take some of this yarn that's the same color and run it across the back and kind of just gently cinch it tighter so that it would gather across the back. That might look nice and weird. I could have some elastic, it's not white elastic, it's various colors, and it's a tube elastic, not a flat elastic. And I could probably find one that was close to this color and run it in there across the back and gather it that way. One way or the other, I may have to gather that back opening, but since I've got so much hair, it'll cover it up. I don't think it'll matter. This sweater is not, this is not a going to the symphony sweater. This is a knock around the house and put on cold day sweater and drink tea. That's what I want it for. I want it to be my everyday sweater. So, and if it goes well, I'd really like to make another one. I'd like to make it in a different color where I don't have to be switching colors all the time. I really just did that because the original pattern looked like that too, kind of. And because that's the yarn I had. I had a whole lot of different colors because I was enjoying color blending with my Shep's wool. Yeah, so I did a lot of that, and instead of making all one color, I did all these different ones. That was fun. The color blending is the thing I really love, and the spinning and plying. Anyway, okay, I'm going to finish up this granola. You know, I might just nibble on that, put it in a jar, nibble on it at night or something. But for eating granola like this, Adam's granola, and when it's cooking When Adam's granola is cooking in the oven, the whole house smells fabulous. It's not bad. Okay. I'm gonna go outside and see what he's up to, because he's thump banging a lot, and that's worrying me. He might be starting a project that I don't know about. I've been on a roll today, making Rolags, a roll of Rolags. This is all that new Spinnery Store fiber, because I need to finish that sweater and I really need more yarn. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 Rolags in there. That should last me a while. They are so pretty. I ran out of the light blue, and then I ran out of the little teeny packet that they gave me of some kind of a cranberry looking. And this is all I have left of my orange. So I love this. I tell you my favorite one though. This is that super soft merino. And it is super soft. This is twice as soft as all the others. It is amazing. I think I'd love to look for all of that and just buy lots of that. It is beautiful. This has been such a fun day making Rolags. In the afternoon, when it's starting to get dark outside and we're all getting kind of feeling like we want to be on the couch, let me show you when I get on the couch what happens within about a minute. Somebody comes and looks up at me as if to say, Mama, please, may I get on the couch with you? And so he sits here with me just like that and loves to have his ears scratched. He doesn't like to be kissed and he doesn't like to lick, but oh, he loves a good scratch on his ears. And he really just wants for you to put your hand on him. Oh, look, he's leaning into me. He's such a sweet boy. And this is what he loves to do all evening long. I like it too. Yes, you're a good boy, Bobo. Okay, so I've been on my spinning wheel and I can't quite remember. I know I had 10 Rolags in that little orange basket, and I think I also had maybe a few Rolags already spun onto the bobbin. And this is what I ended up with. I know it looks kind of wonky, but I mean, there's still so much space left even on this end of the bobbin and a lot on this end. And this is plied. Okay, I plied this. This is chain plied, triple plied, so it's kind of a chunky yarn. I really like this thickness. It's probably, let me ponder. It's probably about like a good number 4 worsted weight, or maybe a little thicker than that. I really like this for knitting. It's easy. It's not huge, bulky. So now I have to take this off on my Niddy Noddy and put it into a little skein and wash it to get the fibers to plump up, and then dry it. And then I'll be able to keep knitting. Didn't those colors turn out great? You can see that kind of cranberry color, all the pops of orange, the dark blue, the light blue. It's all in there. Even some, see the brown in there, the cinnamon. The old cinnamon is in there too. So lots of color. This will help to tie my sweater together. So the sweater is coming along very nicely, I'm proud to say. I probably have about, how far is that? Let me see. When I hold my fingers up like that, that's about 3 inches. I probably have about 3 inches of knitting left to do on my sweater bottom. And then I have to go back and do the arms. And I want to have enough of this to have some on the arms. We will see. I don't know. This may give me that 3 inches, and I'll tell you. I found this little tuft of cinnamon on my floor. That's all I've got of it. This is how much I have left of that super soft midnight dark blue. This is all I have left of the, I forget what they call it. I'm calling it cranberry. That's all I have left of it. I do have a little bit more of the orange because I used it sparingly, a bit more sparingly. But that's really all I have left of the colors I've used so far in this sweater. I do have some light pink and some olive that I haven't touched at all from what I just ordered. I can't believe how quickly I have spun all this up. I'm going to need to order some more because I think I have discovered, at least for now, that blending these fibers and spinning them up and plying them into yarn is something I really love doing. Well, I spun up all of my light blue with all of the other colors that I was blending with it. And I need more yarn for my sweater. So I had to go make some more yarn. And the color that I had left is this. It's actually a dark olive green. It looks too light in the camera. Maybe there's just too much light. Let me hold it down here in the shadow. Anyway, it's a beautiful dark olive green. And so I'm now using it as the base and adding the last little bits of the orange and a little bit of this gorgeous blue. And I have the teeniest bit of this left. And pretty soon I will have used up all of that, and that'll be all the yarn I have. And I hope it's enough to finish that sweater. We'll see. Well, I was doing a little knitting last night on my sweater. This is how long it's gotten to be from the neck up here to the bottom. It's really getting there. I know the bottom looks kind of brown. It's actually more rusty red colored. I really, really like the yarn here at the bottom. This was all chain plied. Everything from here down was chain plied, and it's more recently done, and I'm a better spinner than I used to be. And so it's really a lot better yarn than what's on the top. It's okay. But as I said, I was running out of yarn. I didn't really want to use that olive green. It's not, olive green is not in the same color family as the stuff in here, but I didn't have a lot of choice. It's either that or off-white. So, so this is my basket of Rolags that I just hand carded. Okay. And this will also have to be the ends of the sleeves as well. So I'm going to start spinning today and get a lot of spinning done and see if I can get it chain plied in time to maybe do some knitting tomorrow. So this is coming along, and what I love to do in the mornings is sit in my studio and do something like this and turn on just a long thread of Kate Jackson's YouTube videos from the last Homely House. And just as I was doing this hand carding this morning, up pops a video from April 2020. So this is almost a year and a half ago. And she was wearing a sweater, and it was a top-down knit cardigan with raglan sleeves, really so much like this one. It was not this same pattern, but very similar. And it looked really good, and she was using her own homespun, and it was some of her early homespun, and she was talking about the poor quality of the yarn and the crazy colors. I was like, yes, I've got a sweater coming along just like that. So this will be, but she loves wearing it. She put pockets in hers. I probably won't put pockets in mine. That I think I'm past the pocket stage on this, unless I want pockets along the bottom hem. You know what I could do though? I could, if I had enough yarn, I could knit up a little square pocket, and I could sew it with yarn, toward the bottom of even just one. A place to keep a Kleenex is all you really need. That, in my opinion, if I have a pocket to put a Kleenex in, then I can put it through the laundry and it stays a Kleenex. No, actually, it keeps me from putting it inside of my shirt somewhere or up my sleeve. It's just ridiculous. So, okay, I'm going to spin. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about this sweater. This is a long sweater video, and I think there'll have to be a second one where I show you the finished sweater, because if I wait until I finish this thing to post this video, it'll be like a month. So I'm working as fast. I'm spinning as fast as I can. Thanks so much for listening to me. And I can't wait to see what this, see, this is an olive, this is a dark olive green. Like I said, it's just the color isn't showing up on the, but it's a pretty cool combo. The green, that orange, and the dark blue, they look okay. All right, let's go spin. I've been spinning for almost an hour, I bet, and I've done 4 Rolags. I had 11 in that basket. I wish the camera would focus. There we go. See all that pretty, that green still isn't what it's supposed to be. And so I'm having so much fun working with this. I really do plan to get through all of these Rolags and get it all on the bobbin and get it all plied in one hunk so I can know how much yarn I've got. So we're making progress.